Welcome back to The Hook, and this is the fastest 5 minutes in sports, my favorite block. So we'll get it started with the Richie Incognito situation. He's been suspended indefinitely from the Dolphins, and NFL investigators are trying to get in touch with Jonathan Martin. What do you make of this decision and the situation?
Well, first off, I gotta say, I think Miami did a very good job of, basically suspending him right now. For now, he came out a couple of days ago. He basically said his opinion. He basically said he admitted to most of the things that he has done. So, with that being said, Miami had to do what they thought was best and cut him off the team. But at the same time, we need to hear from what Jonathan Martin has to say about what happened in the locker room between personal and private spaces. If we don't know what's going on, how we're going to try to, side with one another. You know what I'm saying? So until we actually get the gist of both sides of the argument, I think we can't really say nothing much about this situation.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I think there's a lot more that needs to come out with this situation. But and I think now people are maybe starting to see why Jonathan Martin did what he did. Now, it may not have been the most effective way to handle the situation, but if someone's harassing you, if someone's doing calling you racial insults, such as Incognito was, there seems to be a little justification for what Martin did. However, I think there's still, me personally, I don't like the way he handled it, but he could have handled it better. So.
Right. All right, the BCS Bowl projections and picks will be coming out very soon on the ESPN. However, the top 4 teams in the nation, by far, everybody can say, is Alabama, Florida State, Ohio State, and Stanford in the BCS top 4 rankings. Now, all 4 of these teams for the rest of their seasons will not be playing anybody ranked except for Alabama, who will play number 7 Auburn their last game of the season. Josh, who do you got in the BCS National Championship game?
I'm going to go Bama and Florida State. I believe these are the 2 best teams in the country, no doubt about it. On the Alabama side, you have A.J. McCarron, who I don't think people talk enough or a lot about. He's a fantastic quarterback, and the way he lifted that Bama team over LSU this past weekend says a lot about his maturity and where he's come from. And just Bama in general, Saban at the head. I honestly don't think anyone's beating Bama this year. I think Florida State, they'll get there, but I think Bama wins. Not to discredit Jameis Winston and the Seminoles, though.
I love James Winston and everybody, but I have to agree with you. Florida State and Alabama will be playing in the BCS National Championship. I believe that's what's going to happen. And also at the same time, as much as people want to say it, I think Florida State is going to give them a run for their money, but Alabama is still going to win. Alabama's powerhouse is too powerful for them. A.J. McCarron and all of them are doing a fantastic job. Winston is going to be a big forerunner for the Heisman no matter what, I believe. But he's still not going to get that game for them to win. It's going to be a good game to watch, but Alabama no matter.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You give Saban a month or 3 to 4 weeks, he can make Winston look like a freshman.
Exactly. All right. Also, we're going to talk about Rose. Rose has been now announced day to day, and he is unlikely to play against the Raptors this upcoming game this Friday. What do you make of this?
Well, I do think Rose is hurt. I think the bigger question that people need to keep in mind is Rose the type of player who's injury prone? After he tore his ACL and now only a couple games in the season, has a hamstring injury. Is that due to the knee? Is that due to just coming back and he needs to get in better NBA condition? I think a lot of questions come up, and the fact that, is he the type of player that's going to miss a lot of game time for the Bulls. But I think with that in mind, the Bulls should be all right now for the regular season, but they're really going to need him when the playoffs come.
They really do. Derrick Rose has been the forefront of this offense, and sometimes when it gets to good games, he's the forefront of the Chicago's defense. I'm a huge Derrick Rose fan. I'm a huge Chicago Bulls fan. Let me just be completely frank here. But he is injury prone. He is a very injury prone player. He needs to make sure he keeps himself healthy. If he does not, it's going to keep like this the whole season. You're going to see the Bulls play with him without half of the season without him if he does not keep himself healthy. But when playoffs come, they need him. They absolutely do.
Right. So Texas basketball is off to a good start. They're 2-0 after beating Mercer in South Alabama. They'll face Stephen F. Austin this Friday. Will this be a team to watch, or is this just 2 games, 2 wins, nothing to see here?
I watched both games. I've watched the Longhorns play. I got to say, this is a team to watch for, but they're not going to do any big damage. They're not going to do a lot of big noise. They're a very good young team. They're doing very nice. I just don't see them going past the Big 12 championship, Big 12 tournament. They're doing very nice, but they'll go from there, and that'll be it. What about you?
Yeah, I have to agree. I think this Texas team is nothing special. While they are a talented team, not as talented as Texas teams in past years. I think they do compete well in the Big 12. Definitely, probably end up in the 5 to 6 range in the Big 12. They may make some noise in the conference tournament, but I don't see them making the NCAA tournament. Maybe an NIT bid this year.
Okay. All right. Final question before we get going. Terry Bridgewater, James Winston, Marcus Mariota, AJ McCarron, Johnny Manziel, Heisman. Who's going to win?
Freshman, famous Jameis Winston from Florida State. Second freshman in a row for the Heisman.
What I gotta say is Bridgewater and Winston are the only two people I can see on this list that's gonna basically make it. Mariota hasn't lost a big game. Manziel lost a big game. AJ McCarron, he's doing nice, but I gotta say Winston is gonna win it. He's doing a phenomenal season. Awesome. I think he's gonna win the Heisman. Well, that's all we have for today. Thank you for tuning in with us. Well, follow us on Twitter @_thehook. Follow all the other hosts on here on Twitter as well. Catch us live every Friday at 8 o'clock p.m. From all of us from here, the studio, I'm Julien Owens. Thank you and have a good night.